Welcome back to the channel. My name is Adil and we have a very special guest and a very special car here. This is Dion's Mercedes CLE. Today we're going to be upgrading the car's audio system. We're going to be adding a lot more depth of sound. So hope you guys love today's video. Let's jump into it.
Today we've got this Mercedes CLE in for a sub installation. Car's been cleaned, we've done the initial inspection videos. Car's now doing a scan on the vehicle to check for any pre-existing fault codes, anything on the car. Now, although the car's still a 25 plate, you do sometimes find that on brand new cars you will still get a list of codes on the vehicle. We look at them, assess them, clear them so that we know when we start what we've got issues on the car, and then when we've finished we can scan the car again to ensure that the car's in the condition it was when it leaves it as it was when it came in, to start from there. So we'll start off with running the power feed from the battery to the back of the vehicle for the amp. So once Carl's finished with the scanning, he'll be installing the sub-level controller to be able to turn the bass up and down on the subwoofer. That'll be going into the centre console somewhere, or the steering column rather somewhere. And now we'll go to the back of the car for what we're going to do with the subwoofer. As we move around to the back of the vehicle, the boot's starting to be stripped out now. We take the main boot floor out, we'll be stripping the interior panels out, and then in certain areas that require it, obviously we'll be using the obligatory soundproofing, stop any rattles and dents like we normally use from there. Once that's done, there'll be the cables going in, signal information going in, and I'd imagine on this vehicle, as it's quite a large boot area, but there's not a huge amount of space under the boot floor. This active sub will potentially be fitting on top of the factory boot floor into the back of the boot somewhere nice and neat.
Right, cool. Done with the scanning now. Everything's nice and clear, no faults on the vehicle, so we know we can start without any issues. Steve's working in the back now, sorting out for the sub and for the power cable, so I'm going to be dealing with the base remote controller and the signals. So the base remote controller is quite a big chunky little box, like so. Generally, most people have it stuck underneath a dashboard or in a pocket or something like that. We don't like doing that because it's one, messy, and two, you can smack it with your knee and knock it off. So what we tend to like doing is flush fitting it into the side of the steering cowling. So that'll be disassembled, taken apart, and then the components will then be mounted into the cowling of the steering wheel, so you've got it easy access on the steering wheel. You can't smack it with your knee when you're putting your knees in and out, and it just looks so much neater and tidier. So I'll get on with that shortly. First thing I'm going to do though is give the system a quick test to make sure all the speakers are working, find out which speakers we can use for our pickups, because there's no good using a door speaker if it's not going down past 200 Hertz because it's been filtered off by the factory amplifier. So I'll run a test tone and I'll go looking. Do believe there are possibly woofers in the footwells generally on the Mercedes, so that'll most likely be where we'll pick the pickups from for the sub. Failing that, there may, if we're lucky, be a factory sub buried somewhere in the boot. So we'll give it a quick test and we'll go around and see what we've got. And after that, we'll strip it and start connecting things in. Right, so I've got the tone generator running. I'm running it currently at about 85 Hertz, which is sort of the top end of what we want the sub to run. Nothing from the doors, obviously, because they're vocal speakers. Sadly, nothing from the boot, so there's no factory fitted woofer on this vehicle, but we are getting the tone from the footwells, so there are the woofers built up into the bottom of the footwells. So we'll end up taking a feed off of each side, running that down to the boot for that part. So we'll get to stripping it now.
Fortunately, this vehicle, as there is no subs, as we said, in the boot, so cars have them run a feed from the front of the vehicle. One benefit we have found is the batteries in the boot of the vehicle, so rather than to put a wire through the bulkhead all the way down the car like we initially thought we may have to on a lot of Mercedes, on this particular model vehicle, the batteries relocated to the boot, same as most of the German manufacturers, so the power supply to and from the amp, 9 short cables, limited power drop, nice and easy to fit from that point there, so that's a little bonus. Finished now, subs in the boot, all trims back in, all fine, nice and clean and hoovered. Did the soundproofing on the boot floor and in the rear panel on the deck here. Moving to the front of the vehicle, we've put the DRCs now gone into the steering column down here, and obviously power feeds are in the boot and the ignition from the boot. Cars will finish now, anytime back to a customer.
team have done a really cool job getting this car all ready for Dion, and I know he's going to absolutely love it. Right now, this section of the video, we're going to be listening to the addition of the sub. So I'll be playing the system with and without the sub, and I'll put my thumbs up when the sub is on and thumbs down when it is off, just so you guys can hear it properly as well. Because remember guys, especially with the depth element, if you're playing this from like your phone or anything like that, you know where you're going to be able to hear how Dion and me are going to be listening to the car. Later on you'll see a couple of shots with Dion's reaction to the system himself as well, but you're going to be listening through this little set of ears here. We're just kind of I'm sat in the driver's seat, and this is obviously sat in passenger side. The depth just kind of swallows you in this car now, and without it, it really was lacking. So I'll put a thumbs up when it's on, thumbs down when it's off, and I'll be bringing it in and out of the car so you guys can hear and tell when it's on. But obviously, if you guys are listening to it on a phone, there is no way you're going to be able to hear how good this system now sounds. So without further ado, let's go. So I'm going to be playing a couple of tracks, guys. When my thumb goes up, the sub is on. When it's down, we have no sub. So I'll keep the volume the same, and we'll just play a couple of tracks, and I'll bring it in and out.
You could say anything, but it could mean everything, 'cause you said it to the right person, and they needed the compliment. But isn't it sickening? You could say you're in love with them, but it won't mean anything at all. But that's not your fault. Life's funny like that. You lose one thing, get another one back. You thought you knew, but it wasn't a fact. Know them your whole life, but it was all an act. There's no meaning, but like in the best of ways, you could go 100 days without really doing anything.
So you can tell already how much of a difference this is making in the car. It's phenomenal what was missing before.
Girl, I realize all I need is you. I can never get enough. Say she on her way down. Yeah. Always down to have a good time. What you gonna say now? Huh? When they see us running this down. Is it how you move, how you smile, how you captivate every day?
Yeah, I mean, as you can tell there, huge difference. The added depth just fills the whole car. It's a really compact design, this 10-inch active sub. So we're going to pause here. We'll be listening to the system with Dion now, so you'll see a couple of shots of the final reaction. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's going to absolutely love this one, so I cannot wait to hand it over to him. See guys, Dion absolutely loves the car. We're really happy with it, and I hope you guys have loved today's video as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.